I don't know about this, but it's an old suit. I know that. But I'll say one thing. After hearing about it, even back then, I'd have to say there's an element of a lot of truth in it because I believed it happened.
All right, some more serious news, though, is another lawsuit against WWE and Vince McMahon specifically. This was reported last week by NBC News, and this is related to the early 90s Ring Boy scandal, which has been expanded. The suit was filed in Baltimore County, Maryland, and accuses Vince McMahon, his wife Linda McMahon, and the WWE and its parent company TKO Holdings, that's their current old holding company, of allowing a, quote, open, rampant abuse of so-called ring boys. Now, this is something that was related to ringside announcer Melvin Phillips in the 1980s and 1980s and 1990s. Phillips died in 2012. And obviously, there's the other pending lawsuit that Vince McMahon himself is dealing with, and there's some federal investigations into him. So this thing is just expanding and expanding, and there's more people kind of coming to the table. Obviously, we've gotten your take on it, but where do you think this thing goes and evolves to? It's evolving pretty quickly, seriously.
Well, this was back in the 90s, correct?
80s into the 90s, they are saying.
Isn't the statute of limitations up on that?
It's not exactly clear. It's not exactly clear on that.
This is a civil suit anyway, correct?
Let me double check on that as I pull this up here. They have filed. This has been filed at Baltimore County, Maryland. It's not clear to me as I read this. A lawsuit filed on behalf of the five people. I believe this could be possibly a criminal case. Yes.
You think you know all the wrestling stories? There's more you haven't heard yet. Join us on Backstage Pass.
I think what they're looking for is a settlement out of court. See what they can get there. But that is so old. And I don't know where it's going. I'm not a legal brain. Hell, I'm not an internet brain. Hell, you can, after all the trouble we had today just getting on here, I'm on my phone right now for no apparent reason other than my computer's not working. But anyway, I'm going to have to sit back and withhold judgment on that because I don't know the details on it. It's just an old happening. And Mel Phillips was the ring announcer, correct?
Yes.
And he was involved in it too?
I believe so. He's a referenced greatly in that. He was fired by the WWE in 1988.
Well, it's a good thing that he may be dead because he might just roll over on them and just bury them as deep as he could. But I don't know about this, but it's an old suit. I know that. But I'll say one thing. After hearing about it, even back then, I'd have to say there's an element of a lot of truth in it because I believed it happened.
All right, now this is also being supported by a company called Child USA, a nonprofit group that campaigns against the rights of children in these cases, and says that it's only been able to come because the statute limitation windows have been expanded in the state of Maryland where this case was filed. So there's that part. And so I agree. Something makes me think this will be involved in some type of settlement, but it's not exactly clear. NBC News is also reporting that WWE disclosed that the investigators served McMahon with a federal grand jury subpoena and executed a search warrant. Now, these were related to other things as well. You have the Janelle Grant lawsuit, which is still pending. That has been paused with the federal investigation to him. So these things are evolving in real time, and I could ask you for your take now, but then this story could change in a week, so that's the unfortunate part of this.
Is the Janelle Grant suit still on hold?
That's on hold as the federal investigation goes through. And there's some understanding that they were asked to do that, but they're still active. You still have his lawyer commenting on these different issues and different things like that. It is unclear if a settlement will be reached in that at all, and if Vince will face serious criminal charges or go to a case to defend himself in court.
Well, I think he's just trying for time right now. When you get to up around Vince's age, the clock is ticking. And I know that everybody in their 70s, which I am, we know it's ticking. So, did you say that Vince's wife Linda is named in this one?
Yes, she is named along with WWE and TKO Holdings, which is, yeah, I guess you would be naming them because they're the parent owner. They're the majority shareholder of the company as well. But they've only been a part of the WWE since 2023. The wording in this article is also kind of makes me think it's not specific to just the specific people involved in the Ring Boy case and accusations. It's a little bit more expanded than that. And there isn't some details that are completely open in this article from NBC News that I'm reading while we're here.
Well, you don't know this, and very few people know this, that thinking back on it now, I was a part of that Ring Boy crew too. And I'm going to have to file my papers here. And put my out, hey, pay me some money and I'll just go away. But Vince, hey, like I say, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Mm-hmm.
And this is too much of this happening, and people knew about it then, and it's just popping up over and over and over again. So, and if anybody that can be sued that would pay off out of court, that would be Vince. He's only worth like $9 billion, so he can afford that.